Hello, this is Danny. Welcome to a whole nother Nightmare on Elm Street remake update. So in case you haven't heard, A Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 just won the People's Choice Awards 2011 for favorite horror film. It beat out The Crazies, The Last Exorcism, Let Me In, and Resident Evil Afterlife. Oh yeah, The Nightmare on Elm Street remake. I'm telling you, I've been hyping this movie up as far as I can remember, and now it's won favorite horror film for the 2011 People's Choice Awards. It was voted by the people, and it beat out all those films. So I'm telling Brad Fuller, the producer, right now, you have got to make A Nightmare on Elm Street 2. You have got to. I'm telling Platinum Dunes right now, you guys gotta do the sequel. First of all, A Nightmare on Elm Street remake is Platinum Dunes' highest grossing film worldwide out of all their films that they have made. So I'm saying right now, Platinum Dunes, if you're going to make one sequel in your career, you have got to make A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, y'all. That's what I'm saying. So I'm telling Brad Fuller right now, you got to make the sequel. You have got to make the sequel. This is a message to Brad Fuller. Do it, please. Anyways, all the fans are backing me up on this, as you can see, because it just got voted favorite horror film by the people at the 2011 People's Choice Awards. So you can tell that people love this movie. And not only that, but President of Warner Brothers, Dan Feldman, said that the Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 showed them that the Nightmare on Elm Street series is still alive. So you have got to make a sequel, Brad Fuller. You have got to do it. Seriously, do it. There's rumors going around right now that Eric Heiser is writing a script for A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, which is actually probably true. I'm not 100% sure on that. I asked Brad Fuller, are you guys going to make A Nightmare on Elm Street 2? And he responded to me by saying, that's up to Warner Brothers. We're ready to work when they are. So maybe he's just waiting for the film to get greenlit, and that's what that's all about. But I would like to ask my subscribers, my friends out there, or anybody that just loves The Nightmare on Elm Street 2010, who you think should direct A Nightmare on Elm Street 2? What director do you think should direct the film? Because there's a lot of directors out there that would be perfect to work for Platinum Dunes and direct this movie. There's a lot of directors out there that could do it. Samuel Bayer said in an interview that he doesn't want to come back for the sequel. He wants to try other things, and I respect that. I really like Samuel Bayer, and I like what he did with Nightmare on Elm Street 2010, but I respect that he doesn't want to come back and do the sequel. He just wants to try something else. So the main question right now is who should direct the sequel to Nightmare on Elm Street 2010? Who should do that? First of all, if you're going to name people that should direct it, don't name big directors like Tim Burton, okay? Or name indie directors. If you're gonna name any directors, name any directors that you think that would be perfectly suited to direct the film. There's a lot of really good directors out there that would be perfect to direct the sequel to Nightmare on Elm Street remake. So I'd like to hear your suggestions on the bottom bar. Please tell me who you think should do it. But don't say Tim Burton or any huge names. Tell me indie directors' names. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this video to producer Brad Fuller, and it's going to be a message to him to make the sequel. And hopefully he'll look at the bottom bar and see your guys' suggestions who should direct the sequel to Nightmare on Elm Street remake. If we give this video to Brad Fuller, it might give him ideas, and he might pick a director to direct the sequel. Just think about that. People online were suggesting Jackie Haley to play Freddy Krueger, and look, they picked Jackie Haley to play Freddy Krueger in Nightmare on Elm Street 2010. So it would be best to ask people who they think should direct the sequel to Nightmare on Elm Street 2010. There's a lot of directors out there, so I'd like to hear your guys' suggestions. And I'm going to make another video later on about your guys' suggestions, and I just want to hear your feedback on who you think should direct the sequel. Because I'm not really sure, and I want to hear what you guys think. So anyways, I mean, I've made another video about what the plot should be, but this video is going to be about who the director should be. And I want to hear you guys' opinions, so go ahead, tell me what director should make it. There's so many directors so many great directors out there that could do it. Tell me your guys' ideas. There's like 100 directors out there that could do this. Just tell me who you think it should be. I mean, I want to hear like the top 10, directors that should do this. Because, yeah, and I'm sure Brad Fuller would be interested too. So I'm asking Platinum Dunes, you guys out there, Platinum Dunes, please make a Nightmare on Elm Street sequel. I know you guys are busy with other things right now, and you're trying other things and whatnot. I know you guys are interested in doing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles remake, and I think that's cool that you guys going to go back to that dark origins of, the comic books. I think that's awesome, but you guys got to make the sequel to a Nightmare on Elm Street remake. I mean, I know that you guys are like, oh, we're done that, we're moving on. Yeah, that's all right, but someone's got to do it, and either you guys got to do it or someone else got to do it, but I would prefer Platinum Dunes to make the sequel. And I've heard that Jackie Haley actually signed a contract to do 3 films, in case you guys didn't know. So he's already done Nightmare on Elm Street 2010, so the logical thing would be a Nightmare on Elm Street 2012. Yeah, and I think that would be awesome if another Nightmare on Elm Street sequel came out. So I'm asking Platinum Dunes, please make a sequel to a Nightmare on Elm Street 2010. I mean, you guys gotta realize that there are so many fans out there of this remake, and people love this movie. I mean, it made a crazy amount of money it made over, $100 million. Come on. This is the biggest amount of money that you guys have made on any movie, which brings me to the conclusion that you guys should make a sequel. Not only was it a fantastic remake, but it had a great story, and it made Freddy Krueger scary again. You know what I mean? I mean, I love all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, don't get me wrong, but my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movies are Nightmare on Elm Street 1, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, I like, New Nightmare, and then I guess it would be Freddy vs. Jason, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Those are my favorite Freddy Krueger films. And 4 and 5 are alright, but they're not my favorite, you know what I'm saying? But I would love to see a Nightmare on Elm Street sequel starring Jackie Haley come back, reprising his role as the new Freddy Krueger, and I would love to see that. So, this is phenomenal. I mean, you guys are on the top right now. You gotta make a sequel. Gotta hit it while it's hot. You gotta make a sequel to this. You guys gotta do it. Seriously. So Brad Fuller, Andrew Form, come on. You guys gotta make this sequel. Guys gotta get a director. Gotta make this. Like, if you're gonna make any sequel, make this sequel, because now you have a franchise that's growing like crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you guys proved that it worked, so make that sequel. So tell me, guys, your opinions on who should be the director. Put it on the bottom bar, and I'll make another video about this topic later. So, and have an awesome night, everybody.